December 1872, North Atlantic. The merchant brigantine Mary Celeste floats aimlessly under grey winter skies. The ship is loaded with 701 barrels of industrial alcohol bound for Italy and has plenty of food and water. Yet not a single person is found aboard. The only lifeboat is gone. The scene is eerie. A perfectly seaworthy ship with its crew vanished without a trace. A true ghost ship. What happened to the 10 souls on board? The Mary Celeste left New York on November 7, 1872, under Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs. Aboard were his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 crewmen bound for Genoa, Italy. After 2 weeks of rough Atlantic weather, the ship's log notes that on November 25th they were near the Azores. On December 5th, the British brig Dei Gratia spotted the Mary Celeste adrift about 400 miles east of the Azores. No response came to their signals, so the Dei Gratia sent a boarding party. On deck, the sails were tattered, but the hull was intact. There was about 3.5 feet of water in the hold. Worrying, but not enough to doom the ship. Captain Briggs's papers and the cargo of alcohol were all still there, and months of food and water were on board. Even the galley stove was cold. No meal had been prepared for the day. All 10 people, Captain Briggs, Sarah, and Sophia Briggs, and the 7 sailors, were missing. None were ever seen again. Alarmed, the Dei Gratia crew sailed the Mary Celeste to Gibraltar, the nearest port, to report the mystery and claim salvage rights. They had unwittingly found themselves at the heart of one of the sea's greatest puzzles. News of the deserted ship sparked wild theories of foul play. With no crew aboard, rumors of mutiny or violence ran wild. Did drunken sailors kill their officers and flee? Gibraltar's Attorney General Solly Flood even imagined a crime scene. Perhaps crewmen had turned on Captain Briggs and his family and escaped in the lifeboat. Pirates were also suspected. Why else would everyone disappear? In truth, no evidence of violence was found. The Dei Gratia crew saw no blood, no struggle, no bodies, only an abandoned ship. The hull's scratches and a red stain on a sword were tested and proved not to be blood. Everything valuable remained aboard. No pirate or mutineer would leave 701 barrels of alcohol behind. Solly Flood's murder theory unraveled. Despite this, the rumor of murder gripped the public imagination. Arthur Conan Doyle's 1884 tale J. Habakkuk Jephson's Statement, which changed the name to Marie Celeste, portrayed an ex-slave slaughtering the crew. It was a sensational fiction, but it cemented the Mary Celeste's reputation as a haunted ship. In reality, investigators concluded no crime had occurred on the Mary Celeste, just a baffling disappearance. In Gibraltar, a formal inquiry began on December 17, 1872. The salvage hearing, presided over by Sir James Cochrane, was treated like a criminal case. For over 3 months, every inch of the Mary Celeste was examined, and the Dei Gratia crew were questioned. Investigators found clues of trouble. One of the ship's pumps had been disassembled, and the sounding rod for checking the bilge was left on deck. This indicated the crew had been dealing with water in the hold. About 3 feet of water was found inside. The cabins were damp and messy, but not destroyed. A vial of oil was found standing upright on a shelf, suggesting there had been no violent jolt or explosion. Nevertheless, no clear cause surfaced. A diver inspected the hull. Forensic tests on the wooden scratches and stains found no blood. The logbook ended with a routine weather note. By February 1873, the court admitted it had no evidence of crime or piracy. Ultimately, the Mary Celeste was released to its owners and the cargo sent on to Genoa. The Dei Gratia crew received $1,700 in salvage, a modest reward. Often such recoveries earned much more. Cochrane's low award and remarks implied lingering doubt. Indeed, Chief Justice Cochrane publicly criticized Captain Morehouse's actions during the hearing, hinting that something was amiss. But with no proof, no one was charged. Officially, the fate of Briggs and his people was declared unknown, and the mystery endured. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Here are the leading ideas. Mutiny or crew treachery. The simplest suspicion is that the crew mutinied, killed the officers, and fled. But this doesn't match the facts. Captain Briggs was respected. No sign of a fight or bodies was found, and all cargo and valuables remained aboard. Mutineers would not leave 701 barrels of alcohol behind. Pirates. Perhaps pirates boarded and took everyone, then left. But pirates usually loot the ship. Here nothing was taken. The cargo of alcohol and all personal items were still in place. No pirate was reported in that area. This idea doesn't fit the evidence. Conspiracy or fraud? Could the captain have colluded with Captain Morehouse, or might the owner have arranged an insurance scam? There's no proof. The captains had no known connection, and the Mary Celeste was found afloat and undamaged. Not how an insurance fraud works. Investigators found nothing to support this. Accident and panic. A leading theory involves accident and fear. Industrial alcohol barrels could have leaked flammable fumes into the hold. A small flare, perhaps from a lamp, might have terrified the crew. At the same time, the pump was broken and about 3 feet of water was flooding in. Captain Briggs may have ordered an evacuation. The crew got into the lifeboat, possibly tying it alongside. Then a sudden squall might have snapped the line or capsized the boat, leaving the Mary Celeste to drift away, empty. Natural disaster. A sudden weather event could explain the panic. A waterspout, a tornado over the ocean, or a giant wave could have dumped tons of water on deck and shredded the sails. If the crew thought their ship was irreparably damaged, they would flee to the lifeboat. The Mary Celeste would then drift on as the storm passed, giving no clear evidence of what had happened. Supernatural or outlandish. In the absence of facts, people have imagined ghosts, sea monsters, or aliens. Legends mention giant squids or ghostly lights in the sky, but there is no evidence for these. The actual clues, broken equipment, flooding, and bad weather, all have ordinary explanations. The Mary Celeste's puzzle lies in human reactions to crises, not the paranormal. More than 150 years later, the Mary Celeste's mystery endures. There were no survivors to tell the tale. Every person aboard vanished, and the lifeboat, their only refuge, was never found. Without witnesses, investigators had only the ship's physical clues. Those clues are intriguing but ambiguous. The missing pump and sounding rod suggest the crew feared flooding, but how critical was the leak? The torn sails and wet decks hint at a storm, but storms don't usually leave ships empty. Even the crew's logbook, which could have recounted the problems, was lost. Every piece of evidence can be read in different ways. The story also became tangled with legend. Early reports added vivid but false details. A dinner plate set as if for supper, a lone cat wandering the decks, and so on. These images captured the public's imagination but never actually occurred, making it harder to separate fact from fiction. Modern research has offered clues but no certainty. Drift analysis shows the Mary Celeste could indeed float from its last known position to where she was found. Experiments demonstrate how alcohol vapors could ignite quietly without fire. In 2007, researcher Anne McGregor proposed that navigational errors, equipment failures, and foul weather likely forced the crew to abandon ship, a plausible sequence of events. It's a compelling theory, but even she admitted we can't be absolutely sure. Remarkably, no trace of the lifeboat or crew has ever been found, and the final fate of those 10 souls remains a secret of the deeper. The Mary Celeste sails on in history as an unsolved enigma. More than a century and a half later, the name Mary Celeste still evokes mystery. The ship has become the ultimate ghost ship legend. an eerie symbol of unanswered questions. When we hear Mary Celeste, we picture that lone brigantine drifting silently, its crew inexplicably gone. Behind the mystery is real human tragedy. Captain Benjamin Briggs was a devout, careful man. His wife Sarah, a devoted mother, their little daughter Sophia, a bright-eyed toddler. The other crewmen were hard-working sailors far from home. They all walked into history's unknown and never returned. Their fates, lost at sea without explanation, are heartbreaking. We also see our own fascination with puzzles reflected in this story. Each new theory or investigation is like a detective's case we're invited to solve. We crave closure, a villain to blame, or a clear reason for what happened. But the Mary Celeste defies such answers. Instead, it reminds us of the ocean's power and our own limitations. Even now, after all our advances, we may never know exactly what happened that winter. Perhaps the mystery is part of the Mary Celeste's legacy. It teaches us humility. Some secrets may lie forever in the depths. The story endures not just because it's chilling, but because it keeps the question alive. To sailors and writers alike, it has become the ultimate cautionary tale, a reminder that the ocean can hold mysteries far beyond our understanding. The ghost ship sails on in our imagination, a haunting testament to the unknown.